Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Caden Kubler and welcome to Caden's Corner. The NBA playoffs are right around the corner and the Western Conference is heating up. This year is shaping up to be one of the most competitive seasons in the Western Conference, with the Sacramento Kings in the 7th seed, the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic in the 8th seed, LeBron James and the Lakers in the 9th seed, and then you have Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors in the 10th seed, all making for a crazy potential play-in tournament. Now, we still have about 20 games left to go in the regular season, but if the playoffs started today, I believe that the Los Angeles Lakers would be the most dangerous team in the play-in tournament. The Lakers are currently going through their toughest stretch of the regular season. They're 3-2, and with all things considered, that's pretty good. They're still very banged up. LeBron James missed a game. They haven't had Christian Wood in a while. No Gabe Vincent, and arguably their best defender, Jared Vanderbilt, hasn't seen the court in a while as well. They started out this stretch by losing at home to the Denver Nuggets, but quickly bounced back by beating the number 1 seed in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder, at home. They followed that game up by losing a double-digit lead to the Sacramento Kings, but then bounced back by beating the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now they'll finish out this gauntlet by going on the road against Sacramento tomorrow night and then playing the Golden State Warriors. But I think the Lakers have shown some great signs to why they could potentially make another deep run from the play-in like we saw last year. I have to start this out by giving all the props in the world to D'Angelo Russell. Before the trade deadline, he didn't look great. There was a lot of inconsistencies in his game. It got really loud at the trade deadline, but he stayed a Laker and he's been flat out balling ever since. I believe if the Los Angeles Lakers are going to make a deep run in the postseason, D'Angelo Russell needs to be the X factor of this team. Every defense knows it's going to start with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but if D'Angelo Russell can give that outside shooting threat that the Lakers desperately need, I believe he can help this team make another Western Conference Finals run. Secondly, I think this Lakers success has also come from Anthony Davis's health. Now, in the past, we've seen him miss a lot of time, but him being on the floor and active for this Lakers team with all the other injuries that they have has been absolutely massive. Now, I know the record still doesn't look great as of right now, but the Western Conference has been absolutely brutal. It is 10 times better than the East. But when you look at the injuries that the Lakers have from Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, and Christian Wood, when these guys return, hopefully before the playoffs, this is going to make the Lakers 10 times better. We all know how in the postseason, rotations shrink down to about 7 to 8 guys. When those 3 can come on that back end with Taurean Prince in the mix, potentially Jackson Hayes, I think this is going to make the Lakers 10 times better and is going to give some much needed rest to guys like AD and LeBron. Right now, I really do believe they are a very dangerous team. We saw them last year as the 7th seed barely win that play-in game, but they played Memphis in the first round and they thumped them. Then they went on to the Golden State Warriors. They beat them in 6 games. Ultimately got swept by the Denver Nuggets, but I think the Lakers can replicate something similar in this year's postseason. The Memphis Grizzlies last year were a very fraudulent number 2 seed. I think we have some potentially fraudulent teams that are at the top of the Western Conference this year. To start off, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They're a very young team. I understand Shea has been playing like an MVP contender this year, but I think the Los Angeles Lakers at full strength with the experience of LeBron James and Anthony Davis would go into Oklahoma City and knock them off. Another team that I'm still up and down with, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been bouncing around from the number 1 seed to the number 3 seed. I think they could potentially be on the ropes to a team like the Los Angeles Lakers in the first round. We just saw them lose to them the other night. I understand they had half of their team missing, but I still think the Minnesota Timberwolves could potentially be in some trouble against the Los Angeles Lakers. I know the Lakers are one of the most talked about teams in the NBA because they're in the biggest market next to the Boston Celtics, but I truly believe that they are one of the most underrated teams in the NBA right now, and they can absolutely make another Western Conference Finals run. I'm Caden Kubler, and that's my take.